We are back. We're going to talk about an urgent update that was just given in regards to the crypto markets, primarily the Trump-China tariffs. We're going to kind of go back and explain what happened because there is a lot of information. So I went ahead and live streamed for you guys yesterday. Around 10 a.m. PT, we talked about everything that happened in the market. So basically, the Trump-China tariffs did not initially crash the market. That's not what happened. Did it add fuel to the fire? Yes. But the insane amount of liquidations, about the $20 billion, or I want to say 19.2 billion that was recorded, that was not due to the Trump and the China tariffs. We did see a little bit of a drop earlier because we kind of had an idea that that was going to happen. So it did impact the markets, okay? But then later on in the day, when there was a second announcement from President Trump that, hey, we're 100% doing tariffs, this is what's happening, then we saw everything crash. The thing was, though, the market crashing to the levels it did, like 70 to 90%, was not because of the tariff announcement. That was because of leverage. That was because of the amount of money that people have been borrowing. Right now in 2025, we have we have a lot of different products and services available that we can use. We can short altcoins, we can short meme coins, we can long them, we can borrow, we can use leverage. That's kind of what DeFi is to an extent. That's part of the sector. So what happened was things were just over leveraged. Things started going absolutely bonkers. There's rumors about a Bitcoin whale that helped cause this crash. There's rumors about Binance. There's rumors about Coinbase. There's rumors about the centralized exchanges. There's rumors about the Asian exchanges. There's rumors about all of it. Okay. Now, with that being said, one thing that we can say for certain, because again, there's going to be a lot more information coming out. We can say that this was due to liquidation. Too many people were not hedged properly. Too many people took out more than they can chew. And then we saw a massive cascade and a massive drop. And some people are blaming this on the tariffs and whatnot. And I got a shout out for you guys. So give me a little bit. Let me finish cooking here and I'll give you guys your special shout out. All right. Good morning to YouTube. Good morning to TikTok. Good morning to Twitch and Rumble and everybody else watching. We got to give a shout out to our channel members over here, to Mr. R, to Lawrence for showing up every single day. Gorgeous Julie. I also want to give a special shout out to to these guys over here. I told them to come raid the stream today. To memecoin. Shout out to memecoin. I wanted to give you guys a special shout out. I told the community to come in and raid, and I would give you guys a shout out. So here's your shout out. But I hope you guys stick around and watch the show because I'm going to kind of go over what's happening. So now that we did all our shout outs and we're back on TikTok now, we've got 200 of you watching there. So it's good. So let's go back into it. So the liquidation that occurred, it wasn't due to the Trump-China tariffs. Shout out to Gamer. It was due to too much leverage. It was due to market manipulation. We don't have all the details. Okay. It's going to take quite a long time to figure out what really happened. There were rumors that somebody, a Bitcoin whale, took out a massive short position before the Trump posted the second tweet about the China tariffs, which could have potentially caused the market to drop. So what that means is that it was a manipulation. It was an exclusive crypto thing, because stock market didn't see that big of a drop. And we kind of talked about everything. I'm not going to really talk too much more about what happened because we're still waiting for more data. There's going to be a lot more information coming out. But again, this was the worst crypto crash since FTX. I want to say during the panorama it was 1.2 billion. The crypto contagion, when all the exchanges went down, that was 1.6 billion. And this time we saw about $19.2 billion. Some people are anticipating it to be a lot more. So we're going to end up finding out a lot more of the data as that comes out and whatnot. So another thing I want to say is the people that got wrecked were the people that were using leverage. My heart goes out to those people because there was a lot of insanity happening. There was definitely a lot of market manipulation happening for alts to drop that, for everything to drop that bad. That was 100% manipulation. Well, I'll say 99.9% manipulation because you never can tell. Moral of the story is a lot of people's orders didn't get filled. As people were getting liquidated or their stops were getting hit, they were trying to buy the dip. They were not able to do so just because everything was so overloaded between DeFi and CIPHER. Now we have a lot lot of people that are calling for regulations. We all know that the Democratic Party put out a leaked letter was obtained indicating they basically want to ban DeFi. And it's very interesting timing because now everybody's calling for regulation. They're like, well, retail needs to be protected. We need all of these things to happen. And in reality, are we willing to sacrifice our liberty for protections? Because remember, when we talk about regulation protects the big boys, not the little guys. The little guys, it just restricts you. So that's a conversation for another day. Now, I want to get into the announcement that happened this morning. And one of the things I want to tell you before we get into it is that President Trump is known to talk out the side of his neck. That's what he does. So if you're somebody who's trading and investing based off of what he says, instead of waiting for it to become official and law, you're going to get decimated. Because that's what he does. Is that a bad thing? Is it transparent? Should he be doing that? I mean, we can sit and argue about freedom of speech all day long, but moral of the story is, instead of blaming, and again, this has nothing to do with the leverage traders, because that was a lot of manipulation that happened and those poor people got absolutely wrecked. But at the same time, too, we do need to somewhat place accountability on people and their actions about profit taking and about not risking too much and not betting too much. And yeah, regulations are not going to help. Because again, regulations are created, they say they're created to help people, but in reality, are they really helping? They're restricting people from having access to certain markets or certain capabilities because they don't have X amount of dollars or they don't have X amount of education. And we all know what's going on with college, right? So with that being said, I'm not a big fan of regulation. I am more so like down the middle, but you know, it is what it is. So that being said, a lot of people got wrecked. Too much leverage was used. This is why on the channel, yeah, we talk about margin trading platforms. I used to trade with leverage. I still do on occasion. But at the same time, it's a very, 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 very small percentage of my portfolio. So if I'm putting up $10,000 and I get liquidated, or I got, it is PP, and that's what I'm going to be calling it, then I'm okay and I'm going to assume the risk. But there's just way too many people that were over leveraged. Way, way, way too many people over leveraged. So if you're not an experienced trader on this channel, we don't use leverage. The people that end up performing the best are those that end up buying and holding, or dollar cost averaging with Bitcoin. I've got the different tier of profit taking and how we mitigate risk. I posted yesterday. You guys can go back and watch that. But let's talk about the announcement and shout out to PP Coin over there. Nice guys, nice community. Let's go ahead and talk about the announcement that was just dropped. So this is from the Cobb letter. I like them a lot. We reference them a lot on this channel. So basically, the entire tariff crash on October 10th may have just been one misunderstanding between Trump and China's president. This was non-news until President Trump posted about it over one day later. Last night, China released a statement clarifying their export controls on rare earths. In their response, China said the new controls are not a full export ban, and applications that meet regulations will be approved. Amid the market's downturn Friday, our view was that 100% tariff announced by Trump was a bargaining chip. After China's statement last night, we believe the odds of Trump's 100% tariff on China going to effect are extremely low. So then they go talk about the largest liquidation in crypto, et cetera. Because remember, Trump said, hey, we're doing 100% tariffs, and it wasn't completely confirmed yet. So he kind of jumped the gun. And then JD Vance came out and said, hey, this is what's really, really happening. And then they posted this from Trump on Truth Social. Don't worry about China. It will be fine. Highly respect president. Just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country. Neither do I. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. And again, he's a little bit full of himself. That's what he does. Then, of course, JD Vance comes on and says he continues the de-escalation with China. I'm so thankful for JD Vance. I like JD Vance a lot, and I hope he does become president in 2028. Primarily because I love that he came from the absolute slums of nothing and did something with himself. I always have the most respect for people like that because that's me. It's where I come from. Not Appalachian Mountains, the Los Angeles County, a bit different, but it is what it is. Basically, he came out and he said, we appreciate the friendship between Trump and China's president. Trump hopes the U.S. won't need to use leverage on China, not that type of leverage. President Trump is willing to be reasonable negotiator with China. So they're still negotiating things. It's not done. It's not over. So what can we learn from this? We can learn from this that we can learn from this that if we're emotional, we should not trade sometimes. It's okay to sit on your hands. And in addition to that, there's going to be a lot more events that take place like this between Trump and China and the tariff negotiations, because that's just what it is. Now, with that being said, is that, we did see volatility before this was announced with the first post about China and the US and the tariffs. And then the second one is really what caused the cascading of everything. Well, no, excuse me, I apologize. It did not cause the cascading, but a lot of people were blaming it on that when Trump said we're doing 100% tariffs. It wasn't that. It was just leverage. It was a lot of crazy stuff that's going on with crypto stuff. So what does all this mean, gamer? You tell me. Well, this basically means that it means a lot of people got wrecked and a lot of people got hurt because they were using too much leverage. Some people were not using too much leverage and they still got hurt. In addition to that, we really need to all take a step back and be kind to each other. There's a lot of people making fun of other people on the internet because they got liquidated and they lost everything, and it's never fun to lose money. And at the same time, we probably should put a little bit more emphasis on educational content. I don't talk too much about traditional financial stuff and how it works because just not something I'm interested in. I like to cover the basic news, but I do like to advocate and to preach to you guys about profit taking and risk management and moon bags and just playing the market pretty safe. Me, in my personal opinion, I think that this is probably going to be the last cycle where retail has some sort of equal seat at the table. Therefore, you need to make as much money as ethically and legally as possible. And the reason why I phrase it that way is because that's what the public servants do, and that's what the hedge funds and TradFi do. We want to make sure that we're following the laws and we're doing what we need to do and paying our crypto taxes, all that stuff. So anyways, that's the newest update that we have as far as the massive liquidation event that happened on Friday. Try to be nice to people. Really try to be nice to people. A lot of people lost everything, and it's a absolutely horrific thing. But we're still waiting for more information on that. Like, centralized exchanges have a lot to answer for. And now because of this, a lot of people are saying, no, we want regulation. No, we want, and Lawrence, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I didn't, for the $10 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. My neck's a little bit better today. A little bit better. I had to sleep only on one pillow, not two. But moral of the story is now we're seeing a lot of people screaming that they want regulation and no leverage and this and that. But in reality, this generation, for some reason, lacks accountability. And again, I'm not trying to say it in a mean manner. I'm just trying to say if we do something wrong, we need to be like, hey, we need to be accountable. What did I do wrong? And take a step back. That's all. But again, it doesn't mean that we still can't be decent to other people. Now, let's go ahead and talk about... Let's talk a little bit more about greed, because Watcher Guru just posted $225 million worth of crypto shorts were liquidated in the past 2 hours. So to Gamer's point, number goes back up. So right now, if we take a look at CoinGlass, which CoinGlass got a proxy attack, I believe it was a proxy attack that happened to them. They got hit super hard during all of this. So they weren't even able to report the data, which sucks, is because we need, like, the cool thing about crypto as opposed to traditional finance is we could watch a lot of this stuff happen real time. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate it. So we can watch a lot of this stuff happen in real time. Traditional finance, we can't. And we operate 24/7, 365. But when products like this, or there's issues with the different chains or the exchanges and whatnot, and we're not able to track things properly, it makes it a lot harder. Okay. And me, on my, in my personal opinion, when there's a lot of market volatility like this, unless I in my trading or investing plan, I plan to buy the dip ahead of time. A lot of times I just sit on my hands. Why? Because I don't want to lose money. I want to protect my capital as much as possible, because I really think this is the last cycle that we are going to be able to make money. So be cautious out there. Now, I do want to take a look at what's going on. Co-AI is going crazy. People seem to like it. I hope I can't. Oh, you guys, there's Mr. Tom Crown. Give a big shout out to Tom. Go follow him on his channel. He's actually a really good trader, and he breaks a lot of this traditional financial stuff because it's super complicated. And I don't really like to break it down because it's boring. It's not fun or sexy, but Tom will do it. So you go follow Tom. He'll help you. But Tom's got this. He knows what he's doing. All right. Now, Let's take a look at what's happening. Everything's up right now. It's all magical, right? Well, it's very easy to go up, to pump when you're down 70 to 80 to 90%, 60%. So that's what we're seeing happen. Now, as far as the total market cap goes, we saw a really, 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 really nasty drop. On the weekly, we were up at $4.28 trillion, down to $3.22 trillion. That was a 25% drop. Now, when we're talking about traditional finance and the stock and crypto, we can also come to the conclusion that crypto's markets are very easy to move. Heck, Bitcoin. This is with crypto cap. I think Bitcoin is at $2 trillion about that. Because this is just altcoins here. Moral of the story is I think the stock market, the global stock market, is like $116 trillion. Crypto is a very small portion of that. We're at like $4 trillion. So it's very easy to manipulate the crypto market as opposed to the stock market. And yes, you can still manipulate the stock market. Stock market is the biggest Ponzi scheme ever. Crypto is an extension of that. That just gives a more level playing field. Okay. So with that being said, this is kind of what we saw happen. Another thing I want to show you and remind you is that we had two tops in 2021. That's when the bull market was going crazy. Shout out to the PP family. Love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, of course, set alerts. And I will be calling it PP because it's fun. Okay. Now, one of the things I do want to show you, and I'm not saying that this is going to be a repeat of next cycle. I just wanted to point this out. I'm actually going to remove all my drawing tools and I'll put those back. So in May 10th, 2021, the week of that, we had a high of market cap at about $2.57 trillion. Then we dropped to $1.13 trillion. And we had a bit of a pullback, a big pullback. Alts got absolutely decimated. I remember that because people were trolling me on the internet. I'll never forget that. So as far as this pullback that happened, and again, I'm not saying that the history is going to repeat itself. I'm just showing you, giving you some back history about the crypto markets. I think a lot of people forgot about that. So we had a 55% correction with the cryptocurrency market cap back in May of 2021. Then we pumped all the way from 1.13 trillion to $3 trillion. And then we dropped to under $1 trillion market cap. And this again happened 11/8/2021. So things ended up getting better. And then we dropped. And this was the crypto contagion. This is when FTX went down, and Celsius and Voyager and all those exchanges. And the difference between this crypto crash and November crypto crash, when that whole thing started happening, the big difference between that is that retail was using these centralized exchanges that went down, so they got wrecked. But most of you that are watching the show, you are not using leverage. You guys are smarter now. You're more well-versed now because you've been doing practicing self-education and spending 10 minutes a day educating yourself. So you're using cold storage. You're not using leverage. You're dollar cost averaging. You're buying a dip responsibly. So it's a lot different. So just for context here, we had a 55% drop in 2021 and then a second drop that was 75% in 2021. So two of these happened within like 6 months of each other. Okay. So that's really, really important to know. And again, I'm not saying that the market's going to repeat itself and all of this is going to, it is what it is. But right now we only saw a 25% drop. And now we're back up. Now we're back at $3.84 trillion. So I just wanted to share that with you to let you know that. And one of the things I'm getting a lot of people ask me right now, I'm getting people saying, hey, Wendy, is a bear market over? Or is a bear market starting? I am not, buying responsibly, PP. That's PP Frog Addict. Yeah. Shout out to Chipper. Thank you so much for being here. Channel member over here. Appreciate you. I don't want to go live with anybody. Ooh, scary. Hold on. I want to check the chat really quick and just give people some love. Give some love to Lawrence and love to Gamer. Lawrence, exactly, Gamer, made 3 scalp trades within 40 minutes and 30% conservatively without much risk. Not bad. And that's the thing. The difference between Lawrence and Gamer, or the difference between them and other people, is like they're experienced traders. They're able to assume risk. So if they get liquidated, which they're probably not going to, because in most cases, because they've got their stops and everything in place, they understand the risk. A lot of people are just out there gambling like like cuckoo people, and it's not okay. So you don't need to use leverage. If you want to use leverage, you can, because I got the FemXRef link down below, and use my link and I make money. But I don't recommend it. There's other platforms you could use like Kraken that are spot and that type of stuff too. Also too, should I show my Kraken ref link? Why not? I will show my Kraken ref link, and that's for the people that want to be responsible and buy crypto and put it to a centralized exchange or to cold storage. Right now, if you do sign up with my ref link and you trade at least $100, you get $25 in XRP. But again, it's okay for you to buy crypto, Bitcoin, and put it to cold storage. That works. And you get free XRP for doing it. Anyways. All right, now I want to get back to the market. So this is the total market cap. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Okay. So this is what Bitcoin's doing right now. Bitcoin is up to 126. That was a high. Oopsie. The high. And then the low over here was $102,000, which is freaking crazy. I wish I had some limit orders set, but not all limit orders got hit. So we did get an gnarly drop to that. Right now, we are rebounding really nicely. The bulls stepped in and they're pushing price up to about $114,000. Now, taking a look at the daily wants to rock up and retest 115, which is absolutely great. So it does look like we are starting to rebound, which is good. And then on the 4-hour chart over here, we're looking to rebound. Now, I do want to look at my big chart to kind of see where we are long term. So realistically, it's so hard to even like look at the charts right now, just because of this nasty manipulation mark over here. It makes it a lot harder. But realistically for me, I just want to see us, I want to see us trade above $111,000 with Bitcoin. I think that's reasonable. So if we can stay above $111,000 and close above that, that would be really, really good. Because if we pay attention to our big chart over here, and I know we're trading far above that, but really just kind of stay above $111,000. So there's that. You know, everything is kind of moving back upward right now, and it's not really fair for me to do technical analysis on a lot of this stuff because it's just, I mean, look at it. We can do that tomorrow. But overall, you guys, I'm getting a lot of people asking me, oh, PP coin is on Kraken? Awesome. Cool. Love it. Oh, PP token. What are we talking about? You guys are confusing me. It's these guys over here. I told them I'd give them a shout out. Oh, PP coin. PP coin. These guys. PP coin. Shout out to PP coin. Anyways, really quickly. I do want to say, people are asking me, Wendy, are we still in a super cycle? Are we getting a bear market, whatever? It's too early to tell. I think with the amount of money that's coming into the market, especially with the ETFs, I think we're fine. I think that we're going to continue to be okay. But moral of the story is it's kind of still too early to tell. So there's that. Anyways, I got a video for you guys coming out 2 p.m. PT. In addition to that, if I hear anything else with the market, I'll put another short out for you. So make sure to watch that. And stay spot. You could use my Kraken ref links. Stay spot. Thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to the PP coin guys for coming in. And again, it's just an organic shout out. They asked me to, or actually I offered to. But yeah, sending you guys love and light. And I just want you to know, unless there's no really, unless you're an experienced trader, please don't use leverage. There's no need. Please do not use leverage. Please. If you want to, great, but there's no need to. We're in a decentralized economy, but just be careful. Protect your capital, okay? Just be awesome. And also try to be a little bit extra nice to people. It's been like a weird month or two. I don't know what's going on with the electricity and stuff. But anyways, I got to go to the antique store because I need something for my records. It's a long story. But sending you guys love and light. Thank you so much for supporting me. And I promise to continue to do updates as I get them. The Trump-China tariff announcement did not crash the market. It was a crypto thing. We haven't seen liquidations like this since whatever. We're going to get all the real information in the coming days. Please use cold storage. Please do not leave your crypto on exchanges. Also, please be careful with DeFi protocols right now, and with a lot of these decentralized exchanges using leverage and stuff like that. Just please be careful and please be cautious. Understand what you're getting into, and just know it's okay to sit on your hands and not doing anything. Sending you guys love and light. No, Trump didn't exclusively start all the crypto liquidations We're it was a crypto thing.